This is very sad.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, look at this. Summer is still here, y'all. Yeah, I took a teeny tiny little break. We'll chat about that in a second. It's Tuesday, September 4th. It's 5:11. I'm about to jump on the subway to head to Flatiron to go to Nike because today we have some hill repeats. I had acupuncture earlier today, and it was one of the hardest acupuncture sessions I've had yet. So to say that my legs hurt is an understatement. Like, it, again, feels like someone took a bat to my left leg. It was, hands down, one of the most physically painful things I've ever had done. But Colleen was super stoked with how things went. I'll explain more later. Let's go try to do some hill repeats. I'm going to take it easy tonight. No pushing. It's friggin' 90 degrees. So, I mean, even if I hadn't had you know what I mean. Even if acupuncture didn't happen, I would still be taking it easy because that's all you can do is give your best effort when it's 91 degrees. So, yeah, 90-second hill repeats. Let's go. In the pockets. It's an ice in the pockets kind of day.
We're ready?
I always turn that around the wrong way.
Let's go.
No! Oh, this is very sad.
9th of September. Okay, yeah.
2.5. Sucking on ice. Almost 1 mile to go. We're stopping for water because like, it's too hot. Oh my god.
God, I'm glad we had such a big group because otherwise I would never have kept count.
Sorry, I just had to check to see when the last time I talked to all of you was, because it's been a minute. Sorry to go radio silent on the YouTube. Something I learned doing this crazy, complicated layer to trying to make my impossible possible and chase my moonshot is that I come first and this comes second. I think the first time I did it, like, it was so, everything was so new that I didn't know how difficult it would be to film while I tried to take my marathon time from like 3:59 down to 3:35. So everything was fun and I didn't mind, but the second time and third time I just realized this, when this isn't here, sometimes whipping a camera out mid-run and saying mile 1, 12 to go or whatever, you know, it's just like the worst thing you can do when you're having a bad day, or just like complicating it further when just finishing is a struggle. So the weather here in New York City has been just an inferno and humid and horrible. I'm not even going to say horrible because I don't mind the heat. I actually like the heat. Which is funny because the first time I really started training 2 years ago, the heat was such a scary element because I had these paces that I thought I had to hit and I couldn't because it was so hot, and I didn't understand that when it's hot, your paces go out the window and it's about effort, and like, it's like the old adage goes, you know, heat and humidity is the everyday runner's altitude training. So like once all of this dissipates, like we're going to be superheroes. So not worrying about pace and just, you know, going off of just getting out there and getting it in and doing your best is what you do when it's friggin' 90 degrees out like it is today. But yeah, so I left you on Thursday, I think. Or maybe it was Tuesday. Yeah, I left you on Tuesday when we did speed workout at Icon. So the rest of that week was whatever. We had a recovery day on Thursday, no speed workout, which was really hard. Like that, last week's recovery week was brutal, which it doesn't seem like that's how it should be because it's a recovery week and it should be easy. But the truth is, like, that's just like the moment your body, everything catches up with you, like all the hard work you've been doing. So I felt like crap. Everything felt like a slug, which is another reason why the camera went away, because like I just had to be as present as humanly possible to get it in and make it happen. And I'm still having fun. Like, it can be super hard and super painful and in a total like fight every second and still be fun. Smiles are earned, I think. Sometimes you really just have to work your ass off to make the experience enjoyable, and that's just worth it to me. It's worth it to work my ass off. So yeah, that happened on Thursday. Friday was a rest day. Saturday was 12 miles with the last 2 miles at half marathon pace. That was hard. I just wanted it to be over with the whole time. That was a fight to try to not give in to that bad mood that I woke up in. I woke up in a terrible mood, and the subways were annoying, and I was just not, I don't think I talked to anybody. It was nice because like the last 2 miles we had to go up and over the bridge, which were our half marathon pace. And Rebecca, who's one of our head coaches, who I am just like a tiny bit obsessed with, she was with me, thank God, because I kind of ditched the group with 2 other people because I just needed it to be over and I was ready to just like put the pedal to the metal and go. And I took off and I was alone for like a half of a mile, and then I hear a voice behind me that was like, lean into it, use your arms, you're doing great, keep fighting, don't pull back. And I realized it was Rebecca. And on the way down the bridge, we had this like amazing talk about why and where I'm at. And this is something that I've been talking to Rachel about a lot, but no one else really, because it's hard to talk about this. And I'll be able to talk about this in 2 weeks when I think I'll just have a better idea of what is going to happen in the following like 4, 5, 6 weeks of training. But yeah, going through this week, yesterday was, look at this, I'm sweating so much. Yesterday was our first speed workout. We were supposed to do hills. We ended up doing 5 miles at half marathon pace, which didn't end up being half marathon pace. We started at marathon pace and worked our way just down wherever you could, and it was just so hot and humid that it was effort, you know? That's what you do. You go at effort. And I would say like I gave like the first 2.5 miles at like a easy pushing it pace, and then the final mile was pretty uncomfortable and not very fun. So I could have worked harder, but that's just like a mental note, you know? Like, I only started to get frustrated when stupid stuff came in, creeped up. Like, I really wanted water, and I let that really get to me. But yeah, week 8, let's talk real quick. Ready? Monday I took off as a active recovery day, played at the beach with my fam bam. Tuesday we did 5 miles at half marathon pace. Today is Wednesday, and I did like 5.5 miles, and I did not do it on an Ultra G because I just wasn't feeling like I wanted to run today, so I forced myself to do it. That's not true. I just was like, girl, go run. And I didn't want to like go all the way into the city to finish line to get on an Ultra G. Tomorrow I'm going to do hill repeats in the morning because I'm going to a thing at night. Friday is off. Saturday is 16 miles with the Nike crew. Sunday, Rachel wants me to do off, so I'll probably go off. No swimming this week. Swimming comes back next week. I did strength training yesterday, and I'll do it on my own tomorrow. No yoga this week, which is a bummer, but yoga comes back next week. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Hiccup. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really like nervous. I'm nervous. I can feel part of me like just trying not to get hurt, and not in the physical sense, in the heart sense, which is so funny to me that I'm doing this and that I'm watching myself do it, because I'm aware of it and I'm not stopping it because like there's nothing you can do. Like, I think it's pretty normal to want to be afraid of worst case scenarios when they've happened before, I guess. And I think the only way past that is just to let it ride out and not worry about it, like not stress over it. Like I know it's irrational. And not even irrational. I know it's probably not going to happen. I'm doing everything I can, and that's what matters. I'm having a lot of fun. Whatever happens in the future, bring it on. I'm just going to keep doing my best, making the most out of every day, showing up for myself, believing in myself. I mean, that's the biggest difference is there's been no panicking. Because I'm not going to say that there's no doubt. I have a lot of doubts, but not in like a concocted way like they used to be. Like I used to like really flesh out these like imaginary worst case scenarios or flesh out my doubts. And this time around, like I think it's just as easy for me to envision me doing what I set out to do as it is to watch me crash and burn. And I think I do more of staying present and not worrying about the future and not really thinking about the past. And that's why I think I've just been in this like very present space. It is true, like all you can do is what you can do right now, today. Whatever happens tomorrow, and whatever happened yesterday, like you can't go back in time. You can only do what you can do right now. It just is what it is. There's no use in like kicking yourself about what you didn't do or what you could have done better. If there are things that you can do better, you know, put your money where your mouth is and do it next time. It's not going to happen like immediately. It's not like a knee-jerk reaction. Like it's changing habits, and that takes time, and it takes a constant, you know, you have to constantly work to rewire your brain, you know, to change the way you experience pain and change the way you feel when you come up against a challenge that you don't think you can do, that you're capable of. That instead of saying, I can't do this, I don't want to try, I don't want to embarrass myself, I don't want to let anyone down, you say, I don't know if I can do this, but I sure as hell am going to try. Let's see what happens. Someone today, like I was looking at Instagram stories. Sometimes I look at my other folder. I don't always, because there's a lot of nastiness in there. So if you ever want to contact me, do not contact me on Instagram. But someone had written out something Dr. Bob had said long ago, like a year ago on my podcast about like, here, I'll actually just look it up. Because we have no idea what we're capable of. No one knows our limits, including us. You don't know what you're capable of. Go find out. You always have the opportunity to figure out what you're capable of and find it and challenge yourself, because it's always changing. That's like, that is something that Dr. Bob gave to me that just like changed my life. I love Dr. Bob. Yeah, week 8. This is the part of training that gets really, really, really hard, because everything starts to feel so real, and all you want is what you've been working for, if that makes sense. But it's like, this is also the best part, because you start to see all your hard work starting to pay off. You start to see the work you've put in, like you actually can see it. And that's really cool and exciting. So yeah. Week 8. Let's go.